Good afternoon, good evening. City of Lamarque City Council Special Amended Agenda of August 1st, 2024. Notice is hereby given that the City Council of the City of Lamarque, Texas will conduct a special meeting on August 1st, 2024, beginning at 6 p.m. in the council chambers at 1109 B Bayou Road, Lamarque, Texas, as well as via video conference hosted through Zoom. In accordance with section 551.127B of the Texas Local Government Code, the presiding officer and a quorum of the Lamarque City Council intend to be and will physically be present at 1109 B Bayou Road, Lamarque, Texas. This location will be open to the public, and the meeting will be broadcast at this location on Channel 16 and via YouTube. The council will meet for the purpose of considering the following agenda. The meeting has been called to order. Kiara, would you give us a roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Councilmember District A.
Present.
Councilmember District B is not with us tonight. Councilmember District C.
Present.
Councilmember District D.
Present.
And Mayor.
Present, thank you. We will ask Councilwoman Yancey to lead us in our invocation and Councilman Ross to lead us in our pledge. Let's stand if you're able.
We come to you today, God, thanking you for grace. We thank you for mercy. We thank you for health, God. We thank you for our city. We pray now that you will bless our city, cover our city. And we ask for wisdom in the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilmember Yancey. Thank you, Councilmember Ross. We are now at item 4, new business items presented to the council for discussion and possible action. 4.1, boards and commissions appointments. I believe I was visiting with Ms. Nance about 2 or 3 minutes ago, and you said that we are in need of several members to committees. And so,
Yes, primarily tonight, this is looking more towards the Planning and Zoning Commission. I do know that there have been some requests from the Parks Board to make adjustments due to that, the changing of the numbers for that board as well. So I believe some council members received requests from that board as well. This is just an opportunity to get that done before we start our August meetings because July was a longer month. And then we also recently lost a member of our Planning and Zoning Commission. So we do need to fill that seat as well.
very good. The planning and zoning, I know that I made an appointment. Which person on this sheet would my appointment be replacing? Because we don't have
Oh, I do apologize. I don't. Casey did not give me one of those sheets. Okay.
that's okay. Yes, yeah, just give with me later.
Mhm.
But one of those persons, I think it might, you know what? I think my appointment was Mr. Alexander, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
So that one's done. Now we have to, whose appointment is Mr. Colombo?
I thought great.
And
You appointed in his place
Oh,
when we
we had to
readjust.
readjust,
Yes,
right?
when we reworked the sheet.
Do we know who Mr. Colombo's appointment was?
Not off the top of my head,
Okay.
I believe it was D, but I can't say that with 100% certainty.
Okay, all right. So let's try it this way then. Is there any one of our members ready to make an appointment to the Planning and Zoning Commission tonight?
Now I need to contact some people and see if they are wanting to switch.
Okay,
Nobody asked to be on planning and zoning name.
For other boards, yes.
Yes.
okay. So, I'm sorry, Ms. Yancey.
no,
So when we visited a few minutes ago, you said my appointment, Corey McCara, would at least be able to provide
Make
for a
a
quorum.
correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So then what we would do is on Tuesday, per
Yes.
our conversation, we will have this agenda item on our Tuesday budget workshop to give council a chance to, over the weekend, make phone calls.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, the other board you were focused on would be what now?
The Parks Board, so the
Okay.
Parks Board has 7 members, I believe, and I know once we changed the Boards and Commissions ordinance, that reduced their size, but we said we were gonna let that be done by attrition. That is the word I cannot think of earlier. And so now if in front of you all should be a attendance sheet. There are some members who have not attended. There are some members that they are looking to predominantly, I'll just say names because we're all here, Mike Webb, move him into being appointed by a different council member, because they would like for him to stay on the board. That was the recommendation of the board, to have another council member appoint him so that we can get closer to that ideal number.
Okay, okay. Council, do we have, any of us have any appointments to or replacements of members of the Parks Board tonight?
So who is Mike Webb replacing?
He's on the board now. I believe he is an alternate currently. He's slated as an
alternate.
alternate, but they're asking to make him a full-time member of the board in place of one of the members who has not been attending.
Okay, and so is anyone, on council ready to make an appointment to the Parks Board tonight?
I'll nominate Mike Webb.
Who is your person?
Val Allen, yes.
So you're nominating Mike Webb to replace Val Allen? Okay, okay. Any other members? Hearing none, we will ask for a second to that appointment.
Second.
Very good, it's been seconded. There is no discussion on an appointment, so we'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Mike Webb will replace Mr. Valerie Allen as the primary member of the Parks Board representing District A. Any other appointments tonight? Again, council, as we move to Tuesday, to our budget workshop Tuesday, that will give us a few days to look at the appointment list. Ms. Nance, would you provide districts
Absolutely.
with the attendance so we can see who's doing what?
Yes, sir.
And council, if we're able, we perhaps will be prepared to make more appointments Tuesday before the start of our budget workshop. Agreeable?
Would you
Yes, sir.
like us to do that for the public safety committee?
I believe
So the Public Safety Committee still needs a second reading, which will happen at the August 12th, 6 p.m. meeting. And then there will be an appointments item there. So we have the appointments now. We'll have the one on Tuesday, and then there'll be a third appointments item on the 6 p.m. meeting on Monday, the 12th, sorry.
the regular meeting.
Yes, the regular meeting, for the two new boards that are up for second reading.
Okay, and so that's when you'll need our appointments.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Any
For
further questions?
that, sorry, for both the Public Safety Building Committee as well as the Charter Review, not Charter, the Ordinance Review Committee.
Okay. Any further questions on appointments? Thank you, council. We will now move to item 4.2, presentation of the City of Lamarck fiscal year 2024-2025 budget. Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. Before you is our charter obligation. Ms. Christine and her team has put together this budget along with all the department heads to present you a balanced budget for you tonight. You have your printed copies. Again, Councilman, we'll make sure we get yours right after the meeting. I did not have it readily available for your copy here tonight, but I'll make sure we have it immediately after the meeting. This budget represents a collective of all the departments. Collectively putting together this budget where we stand today. This budget is presented to you at the same tax rate that we have this year to continue that proposed, obviously, with your review and approval. So included are all the what we call the fixings that come with the budget. Any additions that will be made will be collectively put with the certain dividers as we update these. And two copies will be available. One will be available at City Hall. One will be available at the library. We will also make sure we post these updated copies as we do each year online, and that'll be available by no later than tomorrow morning. Assuming that you accept it formally tonight, and then we can make that happen by tomorrow morning. And then we will continue from there, starting this next Monday with our budget process as we do each year.
Couple things from me.
Yes, sir.
So I assume that you have submitted a budget with a 41 cents tax rate. What's that number? 41?
4189, 0.41. I'm going to see it in my sleep. 0.418.
0.418. Okay. Yeah.
Well, 41 cents.
Yes.
So let's be clear. That rate is not the no new revenue rate. In fact, that rate if this council passes that rate, it will require a overall tax increase.
I'm not sure
What's the no new revenue rate?
the no new revenue rate is 39.
Anything over that is going to cause the municipality to raise more taxes from its existing property owners than last year. That's why they call it the no new revenue rate.
I understand the question.
Yeah.
Yes, Mayor.
So what I'm saying is, first thought, first glance, I am not inclined to pass any budget that is above the no new revenue rate. I'm a 39-cent guy. I'm just letting you know now, but we can have this discussion over the span of 2 or 3 weeks. So however long it's going to take us, number one. Number two, last year, council directed you and earmarked all of our certificates of obligation that we had left. And we directed you and earmarked those funds to be expended on certain capital improvement projects. Do you have a copy of the statuses of all of those expenditures, those earmarks, those directives? Where are those projects in status?
I can provide that for you, Mayor. I don't have that right now readily available, but yes, I can.
That'd be the first thing that I'd like to see,
Certainly.
right? Because we tasked you with acquiring certain resources.
Yes, sir.
And we want to make sure that those resources are in the process of being acquired,
Yes, sir.
right? We don't want to continue.
Not a problem.
Okay. Those are my first thoughts. I will say, Mr. Garcia, this budget appears to be better than last year. So good job. Kudos. So far, all I got was the binder. But I want to say, because, you know, last year I said, this is not a budget, sir. This year, I can say from what it looks like that this is a budget. And so we live and we learn. Council, first thoughts? Any thoughts at all?
Explain it, because I know I'm gonna be asked again about the no new revenue rate. So you're wanting 41 cents, same one as it was last year. It's basically staying the same. Now, did I know new tax revenue go down from last year?
So what's happening is we're at 41 cents. And then we know we get our appraised values from CAD. And so some of those values have went up. And if the appraised value has went up, let's say it goes up, and I'm using a ridiculous number, from 100,000 to 150,000,
Right.
You'd be mad, but at 41 cents, right, you're going to raise more tax revenue because the valuation is higher. And so what the legislature has done is they provided for us what they call a no new revenue rate, which means this rate is the rate that will allow you to raise the same amount of tax revenue as the year before, right? So that's why as the valuations go up, the rate goes down, right? So what I am encouraged to do is I'm encouraged to hold the line. I don't like tax increases at all. And secondly, there is new growth. There is new growth. There's new development. In other words, there was not a house. All of a sudden, there is a house. Now that house is on the tax rolls. There was not a business. Now there is a business. That business is now on the tax rolls. So there's a significant amount of new growth that will help us to increase the overall budget without burdening the taxpayers any further, right? That's what my thinking is, first thought, right? So I hope that helps you think of what I'm thinking about. Okay.
If I can, Mayor, just to partially answer part of your question. This year's no new revenue rate is 0.398501, and the voter approved rate is 0.461366.
461366.
And in your binders, that is located on the certified TNT sheet.
Right.
On following divider number 4.
So that 46 cent for all of us that are here, that is the rate that this council can set safely without triggering any rollback mechanisms. That's what that means. That's way up at 46 cents. Right. Gotcha. We just want to make sure we understanding each other. Any first thoughts, council? I gave mine.
I'm all about not spending any more money than I have. 38 cents is much better than 41.
Now you went down another penny.
Yeah,
39.
I also will also remind everybody that we are under year 3 of our CBA obligations for both police and fire. And I could tell you that with this potential increase you have, there will be more than likely some type of reduction of service any which way. We have already presented you a budget that is severely providing us not even the bare bones, I would say, for some of the things that we have. Some of the budgets that we have proposed for next year include amounts that are lower than what we've expended already thus far this year, only through 10 months. So I just say that right now, I'm going from feedback from our department heads, from our teams that have presented these numbers to us. We have crunched them. The initial wave, and you'll see that's in here, not including packages, was well over $2 million over what we presented to you tonight. With packages, which you always told us to not delete the packages requested by council, by the department heads, for them to include those. You would have included those, it would have been in surplus of 4 million, almost 3.9 million dollars over the current budget that's being presented today. We had to then there's not a single package included on here that would even be approachable. And not only did we not include any of the packages to stay at the rate that we were at, we actually had to cut an additional 2.1, almost $2.2 million just to get to the rate that we are now. You'll hear throughout this budget process from all of our department heads who may come up here and ask you. It was to the point that up until yesterday, I told everybody we're cutting 10% more, and some got greater percentage cuts to get us to this point. Again, we will always provide what we can with what we were given, always have. I think that's been the motto of the city since day one. I just want to make sure that I state that on behalf of all department heads and the things we're trying to move forward.
Sure.
As right now, just things for you to keep in a consensus. Fire CBA is at 8% this year. It's the last year of their CBA agreement. PD CBA is at 6%. And right now your proposed COLA kept getting dropped for the rest of the staff from 4% to 3%. And this last one is at 2%, if I'm not mistaken, is what you have before you now. Well below the CPI that it's continued to be for the last few years. So in relation to that, I just want you to take that into consideration, Mayor, and also the entire council. As we deliberate through this process, again, we as a team have all taken the approach that we will do what we can with what we have. I think we have shown that we have exceeded those expectations always, and we will continue to do that. But I'd be remiss if I didn't say that on behalf of the entire team. So we thank you for your feedback in this. This is, as always, a labor of love. I've spent more time talking to our department heads, Ms. Christine, probably in the last, I would say, month, and I probably have the entire time here. And it's just because it's been a very, very rigorous process to get you to where we are tonight. But again, Mayor, Council, whatever your will, we will drive forward.
So let me.
Yes,
say-
yes, Councilwoman, go ahead.
So, because I think we need to make it as clean and clear as possible. When we meet again, when we do the workshop, just to be able to put it on a chart, this is what, because, you know, the SB2 laws, sometimes it's hard to explain to people that are not, it's not their wheelhouse, they're not in it every day.
Yeah.
But to be able to show what the mayor just explained, but in a visual chart, basically, like now it's at 40, you have it set at 41 cents. The no new revenue rate is 39%. For this.
39 cents.
Yeah.
30,
Yes, ma'am.
whatever
Yes, ma'am.
the
You said
decimal.
percent.
Oh, 39 cents, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And then, be able to show what it was last year.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can have just to make it easy for everyone to understand.
Not a problem.
Like this is where we were last year, this is where we were even the year before that. So you're showing a 3-year trend, and this is what we've done.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think what's happened in the past is we haven't done a very good job articulating that and what it could mean. If we could, when people hear no new taxes, that's fine, but you're not gonna have this, you're not gonna have that, you're not gonna have this, you're not gonna have that. And if you're okay with that, you know what I mean? So we need to make sure that it's very clear
Yes, ma'am.
on that. And I believe, in my opinion, that should be explained first.
Got it.
Before you start getting into the specifics of everything, be able to say, this is where we were here. And I think that'll make it easier, not just for them,
We
but for
will,
us as well.
we will accommodate accordingly, ma'am.
And
Absolutely.
and folks want to know that this administration has been good stewards of their money. If we earmarked certificates of obligation last year and they have not been touched, right? That puts a perception in people's minds, right? And so I'm excited about the idea because of being around here for so long to look at this budget line item by line item. And the challenge is, since you have just shared with us that it was so difficult for you all to get to where you are now, the good news is that now the council can look at the budget line item by line item.
Absolutely.
And I feel confident that we can get us the services we need, in my opinion, but I'm just one, at 39 cents. I think that once the council starts to look into this budget, we're going to find areas
Absolutely.
of opportunity. And so I'm excited
I
about
would-
a rigorous debate.
I think all of us included would say that we all hope the same. I mean, we
Absolutely.
all, I know last year and previous years, we've been able to, I guess you could call it, pull a proverbial rabbit out of our hats. We've gone from the once 55-cent tax rate to where we are now in a very short time frame. And I think we can continue to strive for that. And we'll just have to do it together.
I agree. Any further comments, council? Thank you for your time and your patience. I don't think that we have anything on executive session. Do we need to receive this budget? Is there some sort of action required?
You can just make, if you want, just make a motion acknowledging receipt
Okay.
of it.
Let's do that before we move on, council. I will entertain a motion that will signify our receipt of this budget. Again, Caesar, looks good from here. Good work so far. Council, I'll entertain that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now, I don't believe we have anything on executive session, Ms.
No,
Anderson.
Mayor, if I could just
Yes, sir.
for going back to how the budget was put together, one of the things you've noticed that you have today before you in the budget is a table of contents.
Mhm.
The table of contents, the way that it's derived, as we make changes, if you remember last year, we were inserting and pulling out and not knowing where we left off. This will allow us to quickly go to the divider to pull out what we need as we make edits, as we move on.
Yeah.
Very quickly and swiftly make those changes. Now, I will say, this is not the final version, the pretty version of the book. It is a budget. It is balanced. It has all the things it needs. But remember, we then take this and we make it into the pretty budget book that's bound and so forth afterwards. So this is a rough draft, but still meeting the requirements necessary to proceed. That, Ms. Christine stepped out, but I think that encapsulates where we are.
Very good. That is a new feature. And thank you for that.
I hope that makes it.
I hope it does too. That's really,
Last year, we spent so much time. What page were we on? So
yeah. Yeah.
there's also a whole lot of information in there. Also included is the audit, which never have you had that to review at time of, oh, did that fall out of the, it fell out of the binder. I'm sorry. The holes are, okay.
Okay, that's okay.
Um,
You're doing good, man. Go ahead.
the audit is also included. The final draft of the audit is in here for your review as well. We wanted to have that presentation. In years
Yeah.
past, you notice we don't do that till almost November, December, sometimes not until the next year. So we're well ahead of schedule on that. So we can continue to do that because we're about to gear up and get ready so we can be ready to go for this year. So I know Ms. Christine stepped out, but on behalf of her and her team as well, your audit is in here as well for your review. So you can get a chance to look at that, as well as a certified TNT, as well as a preliminary rolls. All the information that we've had to wait days and weeks and months sometimes to get is all included there.
Very good.
Thank
It
you.
does look good. It does look good. Well, we are now past that to requests and announcements. Requests by mayor and council members, items to be placed on future city council agendas, announcements of city events, community events. 551.415B, items of community interest include expressions of thanks, congratulations, or condolence, information regarding holiday schedules, an honorary or salutary recognition of a public official, public employee, or other citizen, except that the discussion regarding a change in status of a person's public office or public employment is not an honorary or salutary recognition for the purposes of this subdivision. A reminder about an upcoming event organized or sponsored by the governing body, information regarding a social, ceremony, or community event organized or sponsored by an entity other than the governing body that was attended or scheduled to be attended by a member of the governing body or an official employee municipality of the municipality or county. Announcements involving an imminent threat to public health, safety, the people in the municipality or county that has arisen after posting the agenda. Council, do we have anything at this time?
I do.
Yes, ma'am.
Tomorrow there will be a school drive, back to school drive at the Karam Center, Mall of the Mainland from 11 to 2. Normally they do have a pre-check-in. I did put that on top of Marque. That's Friday. On Saturday at Dunbar School in Dickinson, We Rock Nonprofit is having a backpack drive from, I believe it's 10 to 1. So those are 2 opportunities to get school supplies and backpacks. And we just want to make sure that everyone is aware of that. And I think next weekend, the 10th, there will be another back to school drive. But I can't remember exactly where it's going to be, but I know it's either at Ian's or across the street. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So that's happening. So if school starts August 14th, and we've had it pretty rough since the storm and then the floods and all of that. So for my older seasoned people like myself whose kids are grown, these young people really need help with school supplies because of everything we've been through the last 30
Sure.
days. And I've got a lot of calls from people. I'm trying to get them help as well. So a lot of times people are afraid to ask, but we need to try to help some of our families that are haven't gotten anything. And I'm talking about families that they work, and because of the storm, and they work paycheck to paycheck, and they route lights and all of that. So just be praying for them, and let's look out for ways where we can help some of these families that are really struggling this past month due to the storm. So that's all I have.
Very good. Thank you.
And school starts August 14th.
August 14th. Very good.
It starts early. I know. That's why some of them are kind of panicking because it starts so much earlier.
Anyone else?
Um,
You want to go as well?
yes.
Who wants to go first? It doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Due to the hurricane and power and everybody being broken over the last few weeks, the VFW is not gonna do their kids' safety event this week, next weekend. Just didn't have enough time to get all the planning done for it. Luckily, there's other groups. I do have some paper and stuff if you need it. But we will be doing a community yard sale on the 14th. We're working on prices for people that want to come out instead of 10 by 10 spot, inside or out. Get rid of whatever you want to get rid of at your house.
August,
September.
September.
Okay.
September. A little bit cooler, but not much.
Yeah.
It has been brought to my attention that I somehow shut the Art of Coffee down. That's not true. I'm actually looking at the space that was next to him, was hoping to have a symbiotic relationship with them. Kind of, hopefully they'll get somebody in on the other side of there soon.
Mhm.
And if you need to look up state election code 254.065, that'll talk all about campaign finance reports for your final campaign finance.
Mhm.
I think that's all the stuff I got.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Ross. Councilmember Lowry.
I was trying to look up the dates for it, but the police department has the Citizens Police Academy coming up, I think September. I was trying to pull up the dates on it. So we need participation from the community. Hopefully get some of these younger kids in there. You got to be 18, but I think that's a important thing to push out into the community.
What date, you said you didn't have the dates?
I was trying to find it, but it's my phone ain't working.
Will they have a flyer?
Yeah, it's
It's
on
online.
It's online. Okay,
the City of Lamarque page and Lamarque Police.
very good. Was that it, Councilman?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. I wanted to remind us that we have just received our budget, our proposed budget, but on next week, next Monday and next Tuesday. And then the following Monday and the following Tuesday, we will have budget workshops. And so if you are a member of this community, and you are interested in how your tax dollars are being spent, if you have ideas, or concerns, or even comments about how those tax dollars are being spent, we encourage you to come to our budget workshops. We start at 10 a.m. every morning, that Monday morning, that Tuesday morning, and again the next week. And we go usually till about 6 p.m. It is important that we hear your voice in these decisions, not only the concern, but also a possible solution. We are 5 people trying to do what's in the best interest of 20,000. We can't hear all 20,000. Certainly, we might miss some things. And so we are inviting you as a council. We are encouraging you as a council to come out and help us to pass a budget that will be in the best interest of our city and its residents. Again, next Monday, next Tuesday, 10 a.m., following Monday, following Tuesday at 10 a.m. We need your support. We need your ideas. And that's all I have, I believe, tonight. Again,
CPA is September 5th.
I was gonna say that, September 5th.
yeah, did you want to say that?
I want to say September 5th was the first day for the
Citizens
CPA,
Police?
for the
Okay.
Citizen Police Academy. But Mayor, I have just two
Well,
Just
hold up.
things coming whenever you
So-
guys.
So September 5th, 2024 through October 10th at 7. The class starts on Thursdays. And thank you, Councilman Lowry, for pushing that. Applications are due August 16th at 5 p.m.
August 16th. You said
August
September
16th.
5th through
October 10th,
October 10th.
and that's once a week, every Thursday at 7. And applications are due August 16th.
Very good. Thank you, ma'am. Caesar, did you want to add something?
I just want to say, in line with the budget discussions, excited to announce that Salad and Go is open. So please shop local. In addition to that, Raising Cane's has set their grand opening date to be Monday, August 12th. And also, there's a possibility that churches may also be open by Monday, August 12th. So hopefully we get some good news, but I wanted to, in light of budget, in light of hopefully some generation of some local sales tax, just spread that information out. We'll also be putting some information out for everybody to attend.
Very good. Again, thank you, council, for attending, for receiving this budget. Thank you, Mr. City Manager, for presenting us with this budget. There is, as we close tonight, there will always be a natural tension. It should be a natural tension between council and administration when it comes to taxpayer dollars. The administration, any administration, will always want to provide the best services possible, right? That's their job. It's the council's job to try to understand what is in the best interest of the municipality, of its residents. So there's a natural tension there, right? And the budget process proves it out and helps us get to a happy medium. And so we're excited about it. Again, good work, guys. Council, thank you for the work that you've done tonight. If there is nothing further, we will entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We stand adjourned.